Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Let's Get Our Tech On. I'm going to wait for a few more participants to join, and then we'll get started. I know it was kind of late sending out the link, but I know everybody had signed up, so I wanted to be able to provide for as many as possible. And we will cover some resources and things that are out there for our teachers to help them get their tech on. Thank you, and we'll be holding just for a few more minutes to wait until everybody joins. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started today. No one else has joined, so we just have two participants here today. Make sure you type your name in the chat and your school so we know that we can record your attendance. All right, we got one signed in. I know this is the low-tech way of doing it, but we don't have very many participants today. All right, thank y'all for signing in. So one thing I wanted to show you are some of the resources we have for technology in our district. A lot of people don't know that they're out there, but we have both student / parent resources, and we also have teacher resources out there on our website. So if from the NPS homepage, the www.nps.k12.al.us, you can go to departments. And if you go to departments and you select professional development or technology support services, the educational technology department lives underneath both. We're kind of like the liaison between technology and curriculum, and we also provide professional development. So that's why we're under professional development. So under professional development, you will see a link to the educational technology page. When you go to this page, you will see EdTech links. There's teacher technology training and resources. There's our EdTech Techie Tuesday videos. And there's also an NPS Parent Technology Academy. This has a plethora of resources for our teachers. Even if you're here and you're the only one from your school, be sure to spread the news that this stuff is out there, because a lot of people call and they ask certain questions. We've answered these questions and provided training for them in the past. So first off, we're going to start off with the teacher technology training and resources. And we do have a training library. So right here is our training library. If you're just joining us, be sure to sign in the chat and also include your school name. So from what I did from the main page, let me go back a few so I can catch everybody up. We're just talking about some of the resources that are out there for our teachers as far as technology integration goes. So from the main NPS page, if you click departments and then you select professional development or or technology support, you will find the educational technology page there. Once you select educational technology, you'll see under EdTech links, there's teacher technology training and resources. There's the NPS EdTech Techie Tuesday videos, and then there's the NPS Parent Technology Academy. So I'm going to start off at the teacher technology training and resources. And then I'm going to navigate to the training library. This is also available at the top. So if I go to the training library, you will see we have either put documents or videos here of all of these different things that show you how to use different products, whether it's simply as changing a worksheet for Schoology into a PDF, or how to use Zoom, or things to do as a virtual teacher, how to use a Hovercam, how to use Elmo as a webcam, just basic instructional how-to guides. All of that is here for teachers to utilize at any point in time. So that is in our training library. Now I can go back to the home page and I can go to the Web 2.0 tutorials. Now this mostly covers apps and has instructional videos for different apps and how to utilize them or what they're used for. So we have recorded some and some the company has provided for how to utilize these. Now we do not have Turnitin and BrainPop anymore, so we will update this to remove the apps we no longer have access to, but they are here. We do have access to Book Creator. We have a trial subscription to them. We also have Nearpod. We no longer have district access to Flocabulary. We do have some schools that have access to Flocabulary. The other tools are free for you to use at any time. One tool that's one of my favorites is Flipgrid. It's great to get your students really engaged and get them where they are. So really, when I say where they are, our students all think they want to be YouTube stars and do that kind of thing. Let's give them the opportunity to do that, engage them in their learning, have them speak about what they know, be creative as far as creating those video type responses. And Flipgrid allows us to do that. So that's one of my favorite apps, but there's all the tutorials are here for you. And then we also have links. And under links, it just links back to the technology standards and the AmSty standards and AmSty materials. So those are some things that you may want to navigate to. When I go back to the home page, another thing that may be of interest are the Techie Tuesday training videos. Every Tuesday, when I say every Tuesday since about the third week of school, we have released a video at 2 o'clock that shows about either a skill that we need as teachers, whether it be inputting grades or doing a certain skill that we need, or about an app. So we may cover a quick app introduction, like today's that was released at 2 o'clock today was Canva, and talking about the creativity tool Canva that allows us to make flyers and great presentations and videos, and we can even set up our classroom for our students so they can use that tool as well. So you can access that playlist here. There's 12 videos there so far. And then another thing to look at is this resource from Common Sense Education. It's kind of like the Teacher's Essential Guide to Teaching with Technology, and things of that nature that you would need questions to ask when utilizing technology in your class, whether it be, why would I use this tool? How does it increase student achievement? Things of that nature. So that's some good things to look at. Now I'm going to go back to the NPS homepage. If you're just joining us, be sure to sign in the chat by typing in your name and your school name. So by going back on the MPS page to departments and then selecting professional development, we also have, and go into educational technology, we also have a direct link to the playlist for the EdTech Techie Tuesday videos. You can also subscribe to our channel and get those updates weekly, where it tells you, hey, a new video has launched. Then we have the MPS Parent Technology Academy. Now, some of this stuff was put together for our parents specifically when we were at home, but it also has some useful resources, things about how to like split a screen on a Chromebook or making sure how to access your Wi-Fi at home and different things like that. So these are just the basics here. We have how to use the hotspots, how to qualify for free internet. We have additional help documents. This is where I had all the stuff about the Chromebooks in detail for the parents. They're all embedded here. They can open it up, print it out if they need to, or view it here. But how to put Zoom on a Chromebook, how to use magnification, deleting cache and cookies. That's one that comes up a lot. I need to probably share that with MPS All. That seems to be the catch-all and fix-all for everything. And then also there's some internet safety resources to share out. So all of this is here for you and available, and this is also available for our parents. So I'm going to go ahead and close that out. I'm going to open up the floor right now and then give you all the opportunity to ask questions. And also, if you would like me to demonstrate an app, or if you have a question about technology and MPS, feel free to unmute and ask away. Does anyone have any questions pertaining to technology and MPS and the resources we have available? All right, if there are no questions, I'm going to move on and kind of show you a few of the apps that we do have. One big app that we have is Nearpod that a lot of people like to use. Okay, somebody said, how do I get to the links again? Let me go back. So from the MPS homepage, if you go to departments and then select professional development or technology support services, we kind of live, the educational technology department kind of lives under both. We are kind of like the liaison between curriculum and technology, and we're really the training and how that all comes together. So if you click professional development or technology support services, you will see a link to the educational technology page here on the left under either page. And when you go to educational technology, here are the EdTech links. There is a teacher technology training and resources. There's the MPS EdTech Techie Tuesday videos, and then there's the MPS Parent Technology Academy. So all those resources are there. It's a good conglomeration of a whole bunch of different resources. Some of them will be updating soon as we get more resources in and we change and apps update as well. Are there any other questions? All right. So the app I was talking about is Nearpod. This is truly a student engagement tool. It helps us keep our students engaged because it allows us, once they join our class, to advance their screen. You can ask questions throughout and get them really engaged. I know we used to have Edpuzzle last year, And a lot of people have said, we really miss Edpuzzle. But one thing that I had suggested when they said we really miss Edpuzzle is that we don't need Edpuzzle, because Nearpod also has that feature, because you have the option to create a video. You can combine videos with built-in questions, so you can have those stopping points just like you could in Edpuzzle. You can even do just activities here. You could set up a quiz or a game or a review game, anything like that, but you can also do your whole lesson. So if you have PowerPoint presentations or Google Slides or different things you want to pull in, you can create a lesson, combine all of that with your formative assessment utilizing Nearpod. And this is one of my favorite tech tools. And I actually use it to present to big groups usually because it engages the crowd. It gets them moving. It gives them something to do as well. So this is something your students really will enjoy, but it does take intentional planning. When I say that is we have to realize if we go through now and break down our lessons and move them over to a tech-based lesson, then we will have that long-term available to us. So we'll have it to use next year when we get to the same thing. But we have to think about, how am I going to deliver this to the students? How do I want to utilize the technology? And also, how am I going to provide feedback to the students? And how will they work around this? And you have to realize when utilizing technology that there's also a learning curve. So sometimes the students, we don't just start off and assign a project utilizing a tool, like especially like Flipgrid. You don't just assign the assignment. You have to have the students do test runs. Start out with an introductory assignment so they can play around and figure out all the features first, then move into the graded assignment. And that's one of the things is we're all learning together. The students learn the app or whatever tool we're using as we're learning it. So it's hard for us sometimes to keep up with everything as fast as it changes, but our students are adaptive and they learn rather quickly. So that's one of the biggest pieces of advice I can give you is that we don't be afraid to mess up, and it's not always going to be easy, but we love to see when students are really engaged with the technology because this is truly their future. Jobs of the future are going to be completely different than they are now. We already see that changing. There's more work from home jobs, more AI doing jobs, more robotics doing jobs. So we know that their future is truly going to be different. And by utilizing some of these tools, we're possibly preparing them for the future they will have and getting them engaged with the tech tools. So anybody have any questions about anything at this point in time? Well, I'm going to put my email address here in the chat. If anyone has any questions that they think of or ever runs into an issue or needs help integrating a tech tool in their classroom, feel free to reach out to me at any time. I'm willing to come out and we will get out there and do some activities with your students and try to work through any kind of issues or things that ideas you may have. And that's what our ed tech department's here for. And thank you for joining today with Let's Get Our Tech On. I hope you utilize the resources and learn maybe something that you didn't know before. Thank you again.